Good
I'm
afternoon.
good. You, how's life?
Life is good. Like
Oh my
it's so
God.
hard to start these things. No, you're not really sure how formal you want to be, how informal you want to be. And of course, as I
Yeah,
talk now,
exactly.
there is a dog in the neighbor's house that's barking.
You can hear it loud and clear. You'll hear my dog too later on. And even my neighbor's dogs.
Everybody wants to chime in. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so
Oh,
I
they're a bit noisy. I'm sorry. They're really just like that. Okay lang. I'll just overpower them.
Yes, exactly. And all dog lovers, I'm sure you appreciate what Nikki and I are going through right now. But I guess more importantly, let's get on with what we're trying to do, no? I'd like to welcome everyone who's watching the show. I'm so excited to finally have Nikki Sevilla with us. You know, Nikki and I met each other one day because my sister and I, we were in UANP in Ortigas. And we were thinking, to kill time, how about let's contact this person who's into all these interesting, what do you call how do you say it, Nikki? Environmental efforts. No? And then
Yeah.
and then so Pia
Eco-friendly
said,
packaging.
yeah, and she's just down the road. Right? And so
Yeah,
Pia and
super
I,
near. I got shocked. He texted me. I'm like, huh? Somebody wants to meet up with me. Oh my gosh, I need to prepare. Grabe. So
sobrang
I rushed
instant.
down and then I met you and Pia. And then my gosh, you guys are so, so nice. And thank you for supporting me, us.
When was that, Nikki? That was 2018 ba? Was that
Yes, yes. I think
2018, ano?
on our first month as well. I mean,
Wow.
when I was still conceptualizing and putting up everything. So imagine you were there from the beginning. I
And
just started my Instagram page and then somebody now wants to meet up with me. I'm like, I was super excited. Okay, this is gonna be like my second client who's gonna discuss the
wow.
podcast.
Yeah. I love the journey so much that I thought it would be perfect if you could share that with us today. Okay. But before we get there, I was hoping, Nikki, for you to give us a little bit of a background about
Okay,
yourself.
so hi everyone. My name is Nikki Sevilla. Actually, right now I'm managing EcoNest Philippines, as Kayas had mentioned. I started it in 2018. So before that, I used to work for other distribution companies, distribution retail companies, and then I realized why not put up something or a business that could actually contribute to making sure that we're actually doing our part in protecting or saving the environment. It was, of course, very difficult when we were conceptualizing everything. It took us years. It actually started because my partner and I met Joshua.
Yeah.
We really love traveling. We love nature. We go to different places, visit different countries. And then it just grew from there that we really want to do something about protecting the environment. Like we saw all the garbage, everything that the news online, and then it really struck us that it's devastating. Like all the plastics all over the world. I mean, I could
Right.
imagine all the news that you've seen as well. So during that
Right.
time, we were already thinking about, is there something that we could do to address this? Like, is there
Yeah.
something that we could do for the community? And then yeah, so from there we just carried on with with our
Yeah.
jobs.
Yeah.
In 2018, I mean, I've been working for almost 10 years already. I started in Rustans, in SSI, and then I stayed there for around 6 years. My
Hmm?
gosh, it's a bit long. And then after that, I moved to Lixil, Grove.
Yeah.
So I built shower systems, bathroom systems, and accessories. And then
Right.
I also worked for Miele,
Right.
FGI. And then that's where I met our other partners right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Met her, Daniel, and then somebody else joined us as well. You haven't met her, but definitely one of these days, hopefully,
Yeah.
I can introduce her to you.
I would love that. Yes.
But it's pretty difficult to hold activities right now because of the pandemic. So it's been crazy actually, especially last year. We've been through a lot. My gosh.
Right.
So so when we started, we used to operate in Las Piñas, so that's where our warehouse was. Of course, we
Mm-hmm.
started from home, and then eventually we had to move to Quezon City when the pandemic started. We had to shift, given that there are a lot of limitations, given the
Yeah,
manpower and logistic services that we had last year.
yeah,
And then now, in some way, it's really difficult because we really had to move all the way to Bulacan. But
right.
it's also a good thing because the fact that we needed a bigger space, the
Yeah,
fact that the company is actually growing, then it's a good sign. But of course, we had to move all the way to Bulacan. It's a bit of a challenge, of course, like putting up the house, making sure the warehouse is actually, you know,
yeah,
going to operate well, and
yeah.
then we'll be able to hire people from there. It's really, really tricky. But yeah, now we're staying there. We've been there for 4 months. We've moved to different like rooms and areas, but yeah, right now it's a bit okay. We're getting by.
Amazing. Yeah. And you know what, Nikki? I think it's really a testimony to just being resilient and being adaptable, no?
We had to pivot a lot of times.
Yeah.
It was very difficult because there are a lot of different challenges and problems that we encountered every day. So it's not just the clients, it's not just the suppliers, it's not just the production of the items. Little things, and it's really gonna grow on you. And
Yeah.
it was, yeah, it wasn't that easy. I'm sure for other people as well. I mean, imagine all the jobs that were lost as well. But
Right.
it was good that we were still able to hire more people, even during the pandemic.
For
So we're
sure.
still able to employ more people to join the team. And right now, we're of course trying to get more as well.
Yes,
Trying to
yes.
stabilize everything. Imagine we just started. It's only been what, 1.5 years, 1 year, and then we're turning two next week on
Amazing.
Tuesday.
Oh, happy anniversary.
About to start, and then the pandemic happened, and we're all like, oh my gosh, why is this happening right now? We had so many plans. Imagine before, we can visit clients and actually show them the products, the products that we have.
Yeah.
um, it's not easy to explain,
Yeah.
especially if you can't see it, you can't
Yeah.
touch it, you can feel it.
Yeah.
If you say it's compostable, it's biodegradable. Okay, so what's what's that? What's the difference between a regular packaging and this packaging? So connecting to people is was very, very difficult. So it's a good thing that we started to really get active online. We started posting more photos, more
Yeah.
videos, and all. So it really helped. And yeah, so now instead of going to clients, we just send them all the sample
Yeah.
sets for
That's
them to
true, no?
try.
Yeah.
But it's still different when you actually show them that the items can melt in
Yes.
front of them. It's
Yes.
more amazing. But
Yeah.
of course, we all had to adjust.
Yeah.
And yeah, so right now, doing fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Doing as much as you can with the limitations that you are
Yes,
facing,
all
no?
the limitations that we have
Amazing.
right
I
now.
love it, Nikki. And you know what? I want to take a little pause here because I remember when Pia and I met with you, you were able to show us the melting of the plastic, right? The cassava plastic. Diba? And that has stayed with us for the longest time. And I think that's one of the reasons why we really support you guys. Because before we met you, we understood plastic to biodegrade. But it was only when we saw the melting that we realized when plastic disintegrates and it becomes really tiny pieces that's still digested by fish, and the fish is digested by, it goes up the food chain, right? But
Exactly, yes.
the cassava bags that EcoNest sells, my goodness, guys, you've got to see this for yourself. But I guess we can post some pictures, Nikki, or we can direct them to a
Yes,
video on
sure. I will
YouTube,
post
no?
that.
The plastics that they sell, it melts, and once it gets to the environment, you don't have much to really worry about. And what are the challenges?
Fortunately, when we started, yes, it was actually all about the cost. Like most of the companies that we talk to,
Mm,
bottom line is how much is it?
yeah,
How much are we going to spend on packaging? How much more do we allocate? And most
yeah,
of them really did not want to allocate any budget for packaging because before it was like really, really small. So it's not going to affect any kind of margins for
yeah,
them. But you know, it's really not just about the cost. You have to understand that there's an environmental impact as well if you continue on using like regular packaging, regular plastic. That's why for us, what we do is we really try to explain the benefits and features of the products, and at the same time, you have to like look at the future, look at the impact that your business is going to,
Right.
have on the world eventually.
Yeah.
That's why, yeah, after a couple of months, or even when the pandemic started, more and more people actually started supporting it. Even bigger companies actually considered it,
Yeah.
given that it's really helping them, helping add value to their brands as
Yeah.
well. And
Yeah.
not just that, like personally, of course, for them,
Yeah.
they're doing their part. Like
Mhm.
they're doing something for the environment, even if it's a small thing. I mean, packaging is technically not just a small thing anymore, given that a lot of people consume it. So in a year, imagine all the packaging items that are being wasted or like thrown away. So you have to look at different aspects. So again,
Right.
it's not just about the cost. You can consider your branding as well. You can consider the value that is adding up to your company, and at the same time, your impact
Mhm.
on the environment or in the
Mhm.
community. So for us, it's pretty difficult because given that it's a social enterprise, we have three bottom lines. So it's not
Yeah.
just the profit. We have to consider our environmental impact. We have to consider as well our impact in the community. It's hard. It's it's really really hard. But of
Yeah.
course, it gives us more fulfillment. It's a bit noisy here. I'm so sorry. It gives us more fulfillment given that we're not only helping a certain portion. We're not really just focused on our margins, on our profits, but at the same time, we get to help the community. We get to help other people, and of course, considering the education that we can share, the information that we can share about the category. So it's good right now that there are more and more people who are aware of the products that we used to carry. So it's good to see that more and more people are supporting it, and the whole community is actually trying to do what they can.
Yeah.
And at the same time, of course, it's really not everybody yet.
Yeah.
Like it's still a small category. It's although it's growing,
Mhm.
we'd like to influence more people or encourage more people to check it out. Not actually check it out, but to shift,
Yeah.
to really shift and consider why it's very important to make use of truly eco-friendly packaging.
Mhm.
So there are a lot of brands as well trying to promote that their products are biodegradable. So it's very important that people really check
Yeah.
the details of the product. So not because people say it's biodegradable, it's a green product, it's already green. So you have to check the certificates, you have to check the products as well if it's really eco-friendly. So it's a bit tricky. You have to consider a lot of things. You have to study it, you have to research, but that's the good part. You get to learn something new. There's always something new that you can learn every day. So
Love
we're very thankful that we met you. You've been supporting us ever since.
love it, love it. No, Nikki, really, the pleasure is mine. And now that I'm thinking about it, I mean, I really wish, people during the pandemic, right? A lot of people have started doing deliveries. If I could really, get Lazada and Shopee and JNT and all these deliveries to send me packaging with EcoNest the level biodegradable packaging, I
We'll
would
get
be
there.
because really, when I get my product, I peel through the blue plastic, I peel through bubble wrap, I peel through saran wrap.
Oh my gosh.
It breaks
And
my
you know,
heart.
Brad, like some of them, there were some brands who actually started make use of the cassava bags. We have the cassava mailer pouches, the one that you could use to like send those parcels.
Yeah,
Thing is, when they reach the warehouse, or
yeah.
for example the courier's warehouse, they would wrap it in plastic, in tape, plastic tape, or
Right.
still put it in a plastic pouch.
When you
For
don't
some
need to
people,
anymore. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
because
I
of some
think,
protocols they have to follow.
right.
So it's more of like making them understand why we're doing this, why we have this kind of initiative, or why the product itself can actually withhold already.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of things that we still need to educate more people and make them aware of the impact of still using
And I guess for us who are, the consumers, we're the consumers. I think we should be more vocal. These guys have Facebook groups, these guys have Facebook pages. We can give them feedback, no? I think I'm gonna start doing that
Or
now.
maybe even as simple as like offering an option, an eco-friendly option. Like they don't have to like switch or shift or remove or eliminate all the plastic packaging. Of course, plastic is still very much important.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not like we're going to eliminate all. It's more of giving people the option and
yeah.
making sure that it's there. It's already accessible. It's available already. So why not just provide it as well. And
Exactly.
yeah, little
Exactly.
things that we can do to move forward and make sure that we get to do something about it too.
Okay, I love it. Okay, so Nikki, you've shared with us a lot of the experience behind developing EcoNest and the challenges, some of the challenges, right, that you're encountering. If there was anything else that you would like to give as a message, what would this be?
Message I could share with everyone. Well, one of the things why we were able to overcome all these challenges is because we really tried to establish good connection or relationship with the team. It's really really important that you get enough support for you to be able to pursue your ideas. So even if you feel that you're very small, you can't do anything, even just by taking that one small step. So me, just to share, since we transferred to Bulacan, I tried my best to actually start to implement proper segregation from home. And I also I'm also trying to compost. It's
Right.
pretty difficult. I mean, it's really really difficult. I'm sure there are a lot of households or as well or individuals who would actually think about it, but then if they try to implement it, it's really really difficult. But it can't be perfect on your first try. Like you won't know, do I put it in a biodegradable bin or a non-biodegradable? It's okay to make mistakes, but as long as you do it consistently,
Love
and you
it.
get the support as well of the other people in your area, in your household, you get to influence them. Just take that one small step, or say that one small thing in your mind,
Love
just
it.
for you to get it out there. So it's very, very important for us not to be fearful or not to be scared, not to share it with a friend or share it with a confidant, or yeah, even your family, because a lot of people are trying to restrict themselves. They would think, oh my, they would judge me, or they would say some bad things
Mm.
when I do this, when I do that, or they would, things like that. So yeah, it's very important. Take that one small step. So that's what I've been doing ever since we started. I had a lot of ideas what we could do for the brand, how we're going to move forward. Like I'm all about building a community, making sure that everybody's aware and making sure that everyone's well educated about these
Yeah.
items. But it's such a far flung like vision and goal. So just by telling my family, telling my mom, my dad, my business partners, or my whole team, for them to start segregating from home, and then it gets to them. Like they,
Love
they
it.
would hear it, and then they would probably, hopefully, they would also do it in
Yeah.
their own way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even if it's like some random stuff that they
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. That's true.
That's really helpful. Yeah.
That's wonderful, Nikki, because now that you're telling us that story, that's now something that a lot more people through YouTube, through watching this, hopefully, can do, no? To be encouraged. Because I remember, my friend and I talking. I mean, if every household, just every household did a little segregation of plastic and
Mhm.
paper, no? How
Yes,
do you
start
put
with
it
that.
in trash, diba? I mean, it doesn't even have to be this huge thing where you are so diligent, glass, colored glass, all of these different levels,
And
right?
minimum.
Right? Oh my gosh,
It's
guys, no.
difficult.
Life is complicated enough, right? Yes,
I know.
I know. What Nikki is telling us is to start small, do it consistently, and share that story so that we're now helping each other for the world that we share, right? Pretty simple, not easy to do, but worth it. Worth it
Yes,
for the
definitely.
future. Oh, for the future. Oh my goodness, babe.
Right.
I know it's been hard doing the interview with all our distractions, but I
I know.
really hope, that um all of you who are watching now take a little bit out of this story. The story is pretty simple. The story is about caring about this world and supporting people like Nikki and her team who are doing their damn best to you know to get us to use products that will help the environment. Sometimes we are always very practical, looking at the bottom line, looking at what we will save. And it doesn't have to be everything, right? As Nikki mentioned, we can start small, we can start with little things, but the little things, once everybody does it, is magnified. So I really hope that you guys contact EcoNest, number one. And second of all, start doing things already. Today. Don't wait for tomorrow. Today. Once you start throwing something into the trash, look at what you're throwing. Be more aware of what you're doing to the environment, no? I hope that, now that it's 2021, we really take a little bit more time in seeing what we can do that's going to make this world a better place. Everyone can do something, right, Nikki? Everyone.
Yeah, yes. We're not too small to make a difference.
Not too small and not too young. Look at how young Nikki is.
Thank you. I'm not. Thank you.
Nikki
You're
and her
young.
team are all young. We have no excuses. Everyone, just hunker
Yeah.
down and do what we can. Okay, babe. You know what? Is there anything else that you would like to share as we end this talk, as we end the interview?
Hmm. Let me see. Well, I just want to share that maybe my experience. I'm just really having fun right now, trying to move all our stuff to Bulacan and setting up the warehouse, setting up our home. So again, I just started trying to compost.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Not yet done. So I started it again all over again. So we partnered with Bokashi Pinoy Composting.
Okay,
We're now carrying bokashi buckets. So
okay.
the thing there is a lot of people would think that if you have that bucket, you can really start composting. It's gonna be easy. I throw my biodegradable stuff in the bin and then voila, it
Magic.
becomes soil. It's
Oh,
magic. It's
oh.
not like that. It's really, really deep. You have to study a lot of things. You have to consider a lot of things. And it's really about you building a habit. So
Mm,
that's what I'm trying to practice right now.
mm.
So it's difficult, like after eating you just throw away all the stuff, right? And then you wash your plates and then that's the end.
Yeah.
But now you have to make sure that you have a bucket near your sink where you throw all your leftover food, but then again you have to segregate it, you have to separate all the vegetables, you have to separate all the meat. It's a bit difficult
Ah,
at first. Like you think, I won't be able to do that, I'm not gonna do that, why would I make an effort to do
yeah,
that? You know what, it's quite fun because you get to learn new stuff. Like,
yeah,
my bin right now, I put there the cassava bags. Of course
yeah.
I really have
That's
to try
good.
posting our products again. And then so yeah, I put the cassava bags, I put the sugar cane containers, I chop it into small pieces and then I put it there. And then I put like the vegetables and all, like, yeah, all the leftover food. And then mold started growing. At first I got like, alarmed, like, oh my, there are molds and there
Yeah,
are like little worms.
yeah, yeah.
And then I consulted, of course, my mentor, and
Yeah.
then she said, "Oh, the molds are okay. They're color white. It's good. So just put everything again, and then make sure that you seal it. Blah blah blah." You know what? So every day I get to learn something new, and I get
Wow.
shocked. Wow, I'm doing the right thing, even if I think I'm not.
Yeah, yeah. Even if you're not
Right. Then
sure,
I
no?
started. I started to share it with our neighbor. I told them, oh, I started this composting thing. I have this bokashi bucket. And then you know what? They told me that we have like a huge space in the farm wherein we could like put all the bokashi or the composted materials there. So imagine they're gonna start it again because I was able to share that, oh, I have this bucket, and then maybe we could, you could share with me your vegetables or leftover vegetables. And then they said, oh, let's put up a bigger space. we can
Right.
we can compost more.
And that's just two households. No, two households
Yeah.
are, working with each other.
Imagine if we get to compost successfully, and then we can influence our neighbors or other people in the community, then it
Yeah.
would have a rippling effect. So
Love it.
again, start small, start with yourself. Start
Yeah.
with your,
Yeah.
you can't
Yeah.
go on telling people, oh, you do this, you do the right thing, blah blah blah, but you yourself, you're not you're not doing it
Yeah.
yourself. It's really important that, for example, you have your own company, you have your own business, and then you want to actually make use of eco-friendly packaging for your
Mm-hmm.
business. And then you have to go back to yourself. What about your household? What about in your family? Are you doing your part as well?
Right.
So yeah, so that's one of the things that I'm really now, trying to implement and consider, again, given that we've transferred to another place, so everything's still quite new.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's difficult. I take like small steps. I take it one day at a time, and then hopefully everything will
Work
it will
out.
not go back to normal, but
Yeah.
it
No,
will be fine.
that's true. That's true. That's true. And I love, Nikki, how you're giving people another aspect to living. No, I say another aspect to living because for the longest time, I'm sure a lot of people have done exactly what you're saying. Just throw it away and forget about it. But then
Yes. Yeah.
now that we are, better realizing that there is value in that trash, that it can actually fertilize, vegetables that we can now eat, I mean, things like that.
It
It's
will go a long way. Into the small efforts that we do, it will go a long way. So I joined the garbage to garden challenge. So that's what we're doing right now. You have your garbage, and then you make sure that you get to put it in your garden. So that's a challenge. And it's very interesting. I'm learning a lot of new things,
okay.
and it's nice that I'll be able to share it with the whole team as well.
Wonderful, wonderful. I love it, Nikki. I think, just for the short time that we were with you, we've learned a lot. I've learned a lot for sure.
Really?
Yes, yes.
Sure.
I am now taking down notes, mental notes in my head of the things that I have to look up after this talk, YouTube composting, YouTube, I mean, all these different things.
I'll share with you a video. It's really nice. It's about Saul's story.
Oh,
You could look it up. I'll share with you the link. It's very interesting. It will make you understand why we have to protect the soil,
wonderful.
and yeah, why we have to start composting, because that's one of the easiest answers to
Yeah,
our current environmental issues right now. Not a lot of people know about it.
yeah,
Like, we have a climate crisis,
yeah,
but not a lot of people are taking action to do something about it.
yeah. Right.
So they know, right? You know, okay, there's something wrong with the world, but what can I do? It's
Yeah,
climate
yeah,
crisis. Like,
yeah.
what can one small person do about it? But you know what? You still can do something about it,
True, true.
especially if you own like a large company. My gosh, imagine, like, things that you can implement to be able to curb climate change. It's all about good decisions and choices as well in our everyday lives. It's not easy, but you have to expose yourself. You have to make sure that you gather more information. You try to learn new things. You keep an open mind,
Yeah.
because if you just follow along your path or what you know, then it's hard if you don't take action, don't start, or just follow your regular path and
Yeah, yeah.
not
We have,
be
we
aware.
have, yeah, that's true. And we have this one life to live, and it's not that long. I mean, how do you want to live, right? And how do you want to leave the earth, no? I'm sure better than how you found it is the right answer. No, so yeah, definitely, Nikki. Thank you so much for that. See, so yeah, words of wisdom and practical advice, guys. Take down notes. I I love it so much. Oh my goodness.
Thank
So
you so much for your support.
super welcome.
Gosh, means
Super
a
welcome.
lot. That.
It's very small. It's a very small thing that I can do, but I've
Oh,
always believed in
well,
you guys. Oh, you and everyone in the team, definitely. I mean, when I see your passion, it's infectious, and I really hope that
you too.
those I really hope that those who are watching this really take away from what we have shared and what we have talked about. So thank you so much, Nikki, for your time. I know you're super busy. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
but
you so much, babe. I enjoyed our
thank you.
little chat.
You
Take care,
too.
okay? And thank you everyone for watching. See you.